highway to the danger zone. Take it to the right edge through the danger zone. Hi, welcome to Grounded by Design. This is, I'm David Culpepper.
I'm Stephen Coppinger.
And this is our very first episode. And boy, are we excited to bring you some of the some features from vehicles that we've come across that are awesome and we think need to be shown on camera. Some you'll know, some you might not know.
Right.
We're going to sit down with the owners and talk to them and let them tell us what they like about the vehicle, what they want people to see, you know, the kind of behind the scenes stuff of some of the show vehicles. We're not just going to do show vehicles. Some maybe race cars.
Right. We have a couple of those lined up.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So we'll have a diverse collection of just gearhead stuff. I mean, us working in the shop on some of our stuff, cutting up, having a good time.
We do have some projects in line.
But this weekend, tell them where we're at.
We are in Maggie Valley, North Carolina.
Maggie Valley, North Carolina. There is only one reason in April to be in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and that is
Southeastern Minitruck Nationals.
So, with that said, we will be this vehicle, or
we are going to have some editing issues. We are going to have some stumbles, but you know, we're all going to get through this together.
We're gearheads. We build cars.
We don't shoot video,
but we are now.
But we're trying. That is for sure.
What I was so eloquently trying to say was that you will see a lot of mini trucks in this video, but in the videos to come, there may be hot rods, because I'm heavily influenced in my life by hot rods and hot rodding. There will be muscle cars. There'll be some jacked up trucks. There'll be imports. Everything except for squatted truck. We're not doing squatted truck.
No, we are not doing squatted truck. No.
I don't think anybody should.
No.
But
the only thing squatted you might see is Hector.
My dog. Very cool dog. He's more famous than either of us.
That is for sure.
So
he is in an edition of mini trucking.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in an issue of mini trucking, no doubt. No joke. But that's enough of us chattering. We're going to get started with some of the coverage from the show. Some of the things some of the vehicles we ran across that we wanted to bring to you. And then I think we'll roll right into a interview that I know that a lot of you guys, especially if you've been in the mini trucking community or the professional car showing world, will want to see. It's a fellow that's very well known. It's a truck that's very well known.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's a story that needed to be brought to everyone's attention. And I'm so proud to be able to bring it on our first episode, like right out the gate, just jump off in it.
Oh, yes, sir. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good time. So stay tuned to us. So,
I bet BB didn't.
tell me your name, where you're from, while you're here at Casting Couch.
So David,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
What do you mean, what are we doing?
What had happened was,
Well, you know, yeah, it's Mininats, Maggie Valley. We could just leave well enough alone and limp it back to the fairgrounds to put it up for the night. But we got to bring it to the people, baby. That's what the people want to do.
Walking down my road, losing no track of time. Music's playing in my mind. I'm so proud of knowing you. I'm so proud of knowing you.
Hi. Would you have anything to say to the people?
What up, people?
What up, people? Catchphrase. What's going on, sexual chocolate? Good luck with that. You're looking good, baby.
I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Okay, let's go. Jump!
All right, good evening from Maggie Valley. I am here to sit down and talk to somebody that you don't normally see on camera a whole lot. This is the one and only Eddie Gordy. He has, if I need to even say it, has the white Mazda called Cookies and Cream that has a display set up. It is usually very recognizable. One of, I'm just going to say, the cleanest current mini truck on the scene that I know of as far as just the details and everything go. But I wanted to sit down with Eddie at his beautiful abode here in the mountains and talk to him just a little bit and see what he has to say about things. So we'll go ahead and get started. I told him your name. You tell him your story, your background.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm Eddie Gordy Jr., Germantown, North Carolina. On 1991 Mazda called Cookies and Cream. So we acquired it about 9 years ago, a little over 9 years ago now, from a 70-year-old Vietnam vet. And so we were going to
Vietnam. I didn't know that. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hell, I'm learning things.
Yeah, and going to buy it as a daily driver.
Of course, that's how they all start.
You know, so you know, one thing led to another. You know, lowered it, all that good jazz. So we was actually talking on the way up here this weekend that 9 years ago, this weekend for Mininats, we brought cookies for the first time, and it was only lowered, static dropped on Nissan 18-inch on mono wheels.
I can't believe it's been that long, but I was there that year.
And
it
rained every day.
It did.
And we didn't even get a top 50. And it was like 175 trucks.
That's crazy. I was there that year. I remember seeing you rolling in and with it. Everybody was
Chuck Burgess was judging, and everybody complained because he didn't get done.
Imagine that.
So, but no, it was good times.
Yeah.
So yeah, go backstory. You know, I that's what led to the way Cookies is today. I had a 1987 Mazda Cab Plus called Scandalous. We ran
a very, very nice truck.
Yeah, we ran the Lowrider Magazine Tour from 1998, 2003, and I retired it in April of 2003. And but it kind of progressed a little bit. Also, we were started on the circuit, changed a little bit. Then we took it off the frame, powder coated frame, done a lot of changes. Debuted it back again in Miami in 2000. Started just sweeping every award you could possibly imagine. We come home with 8 to 10 specialty awards.
Jesus.
So
and let me stop you right there for a second. Since we're talking about awards anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room, because I know what people will say, especially when they watch my video, because they might think that I do the same thing, but I don't.
Right.
My shit's not anywhere as nice as yours. But people call them trophy chasers. I've heard the damn names, you know, whatever. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, a car show is still a competition.
it's a competition.
It is a competition. And I get, you know, and I enjoy being at the shows, talking to people. That's my favorite thing. But you're building that vehicle when you build it with that in mind of, hey, I want to be top dog.
Right.
Everybody likes their name called and get their flowers. I don't care who you are. You either do or you're a liar.
Absolutely.
So you just go ahead and clear the air on that one. And like we were saying earlier at the show, I was like, if they got a problem with you winning awards, then build something to come out and beat him.
Right.
If you care about if you're worried about him getting trophies, obviously you care about him.
Right.
So beat him.
Right.
You know?
Oh,
but
yeah.
Go ahead and tell us the rest of the Scandalous story.
So we ran the truck till June 2001. That was around it was Chicago, and it was the same year that Wayne Costa and his girlfriend Leslie Bowen passed away coming back from Tampa, 2001 in April. So me and him had already discussed on the way down what we were going to do to the truck, because October 2001 we took it to the Lowrider Super Show.
Okay.
So we were going to do all this. So anyway, like I say, he passed away in April. So in June, I tore the truck completely apart. Flip front end, cab lift off the cylinder, off the frame, 6-inch hydraulic cylinders.
That's the craziest thing about that truck.
Bed lift up to the side. Everything was chrome plated, but the block in the frame, even the rear fender wells, was cut out and chrome plated and put them back in. But anyway, we showed it like that. Went to the Super Show, and we come in second in sweepstakes behind Frank Silva with Deep Impact. So we were second in the nation there, and I thought it was pretty good for us coming all the way from the East Coast. Yeah. So that's, we, like I say, we run it till 2003, and the last show 2003, we always won truck sweepstakes. Our class truck sweepstakes, $1,000. There we won 8 specialty awards plus Orbital Batteries give a best hydraulic award plus 4 of the new dry cell Orbital batteries. So we pretty much
and back then that was a big deal.
Yeah. So that's where my attention to detail, it's just back then those trucks, I mean, they were cream of the crop. I mean, right. So now going forward, we with Cookies, we have progressively done more and more. I mean, everybody that knows the history of the truck was not built out of the gates the way it is right now. Right. I mean, I'm continuously improving the truck
constantly,
especially with what we do with it. We show the ISCA Autorama World of Wheels circuit, and we've been showing it now 4 years, and the degree of difficulty, attention to detail, body lines, gaps, these guys, they judge, like they're judging the Riddler. The actual Riddler judges are what judges at our finals.
Right. It's not just who they could find at last minute.
So it's actually made me become more at attention to detail than I ever thought about being with the other truck.
Right.
And that's one thing people don't understand with the way the truck is today is, the people that understand it can see it, but the people that think, okay, well, it's just a white truck. No, it's not. It's not just a white truck.
And so that's kind of my thing about Cookies and Cream is it is painted white, but it is far from just a white truck. If you're not somebody that's done a lot of paint and body work or detail work in sheet metal on custom vehicles like that, a straight one color, even white, especially, everybody talks about black, but white can be just as brutal as far as getting it to look right.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I really appreciate about Cookies and Cream. But you said something about the ISCA.
Yeah.
Talk to everybody a little bit about how that works, because I know a lot of mini truckers for sure don't participate in that.
Right.
So,
well, we're slowly actually seeing a few more mini trucks get into it, and I've told several people this weekend, and I've told them the last 2 or 3 years that where the truck is now. I mean, we've had a lot of great partners on our side, vendors, companies. I mean, I don't do it just for Gracie and I, for my family and I do it for all the mini truckers. Right. I'm out there to pull the train for everybody. That's just how I'm built. I don't do it for me. Because I know some of the guys, they whether they choose to go, that's on them. Some can't go for whatever reasons. Some don't have the truck to compete at that level.
Right.
So me being a mini trucker for almost 35 years, it's in my blood, whether, yes, I did do low riding, but there again, it's still part of mini trucking to a certain extent. Yeah. So I made sure, that, try to pull everybody in, let everybody enjoy our journey. Right. Because I'm telling you, it has been one hell of a journey.
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about it.
So, but going back on the ISCA, so it's based on a point scale, and the ISCA is all about getting your points and trying to get to the finals.
Okay.
So when we first got in, being a mini trucker, we were not looked at very good.
But the uphill battle about as steep as that mountain.
That's about right. So, we done our first show. in Houston, Texas, at the Houston Autorama, at the George R. Brown. You know, truck country. We was welcome because you got a lot of LST guys there. Lonnie Ford, he had his, you know, little corral there. So all those guys knew all those guys, great friends of mine.
Right.
So, but 22, we decided, okay, well, we're going to try to, we wasn't really there. We wasn't acknowledgeable of what it was as far as how you get your points. What do you have to do to get your points? You know, anything. Right. So we've, you know, now that we're senior members or, you know, whatever, of this show circuit, we understand it better. Now we can educate others coming into it to say, hey, here's what you do. So we, I like I say, going back to Scandalous, the elaborate 20 by 20 displays, that's something that has always been my knack. Of course, that when we take the wheels off and whatnot. So I had made a display for the 2021, you know, Houston Autorama. You know, it was pretty cool. I ended up taking the wheels off of the passenger side, whatnot. Yeah. And so in 22, we decided, okay, well, you know, we're going to try to, you know, do the full season, try to see what we can do with a mini truck. You know, well, we done 5 shows. We got 3 points. So you get 1 point per show. Okay. And you got to get 4 points to make it to the finals, a minimum of 4 points.
Right.
Then we have people out there that try, and they can't ever get 4th point.
Right. So on the points, you don't automatically get it for showing up.
No.
You got a place, or
you have. So you can get a best truck, you know, best car, you know, or best custom, best street rod, best, you know, whatever. That gives you 1 point. You can get outstanding truck, custom, restored, that kind of category. You can get a point. You can get a outstanding full radical hand built, that'll give you a point. But now you go to like best paint, best interior, those are half. So you actually have to get 2 of those to make your whole. And down to outstanding, you know. But now the difference between best and outstanding, as far as money wise, is like best truck, outstanding truck, you look difference in a couple $100. You know. So but yeah, we try to do that, and it's going back to the mini truck thing. We when we first started doing that, you know, you'd see these old timers, you know, there's kind of come and they look, they kind of snicker, you know, nose up in the air, and just walk by and just kind of glance at it and just keep on going.
Absolutely.
And now in the last year or two that I've really started doing these one-off parts, just out the wazoo, and having all these great partners with us, you know, like Dapper, Auto Meter, PPG, Wheelwood Brakes, MTI, all these great partners. You know, yes, you know, they give some help, but I mean, there's still money involved in this stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And but now those old timers that would kind of snicker and kind of throw their nose up, now they're coming back and looking 10 different times,
right?
Because it just keeps drawing you in, because there's so much there.
They wait till their friends ain't looking, they come over there and talk to you about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's but now, I mean, like I say, we're the senior in this ISCA, and you know, so now we try to pull others, let them understand, and pull others in to try to, you know, get them in trying to do something like this, whether that's mini trucks or even street rods. You know, it doesn't matter. And
well, me and you have talked good bit about back and forth in the past about how mini trucks are not respected in that community, in that world. You know, they never have been. I mean, I've been doing it since the late 90s in mini trucks. I was raised in hot rod background with my dad, and I kind of fell into the mini truck because we were the rebels back in the day, you know, and that was the thing you did. But it was never accepted into my dad's friends' world, you know, as far as hot rods go. And I think that still exists some today.
Like, yeah. Well,
but the only way to change their mind is to do what you're doing, and that's why it's important. I think, you know.
Well, see, in the last 2 years, I have steered more away from your traditional mini truck and tried to put a street rod flair to a mini truck. And now your street rodders and your hot rodders are seeing that, and they're like, you don't have a mini truck. You have a, you know, you have a truck, you know, like, you know, a custom truck. You don't have a custom, like mini truck.
No, nothing against S10s, obviously, because I have one.
Right.
It ain't an S10.
Right.
With a bolt-on 4-link
right.
kit and there's nothing wrong with starting that way. But if you're going to go into that world, you got to step up the game.
Well, and then like going back to being 9 years, this weekend for being the first time, it just shows you. And like I say, I didn't do all this off the get-go. I don't have endless funds.
Right.
I've done it, over time, and me being able to do a lot of it myself has helped. But it should show the typical entry-level mini trucker that they can do the same thing that I'm doing with their trucks, because that's where my truck was. Right.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, you're building in a 2-car garage, correct?
Absolutely.
So
a one stall.
So for those people that say, oh well, he's got a big shop, because I know there are people who look at me when I post pictures of the shop and they're, oh, he got the big ass shop with the lift. Well, I ain't always had that, and I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. So that ain't always about that. It helps, but
I still do things with floor jacks. I still work on my back on a creeper or on the floor.
Right.
I've never had a lift. I still don't. I'll be 49 years old next week, and I still don't have a lift.
Right. I have one, and we call it a shelf because the project's like the 55 end up on it, and it for years, we can't use it anyway.
Right.
Like, there's always a car on it. So. Tell me what you think is your favorite or the most difficult things to do on cookies. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, since, back in I'd say the last half of last year, I completely redesigned the whole outside of the truck, for specific reasons.
Right.
I had something else in mind at the time, so we're getting ready to do that the last half this year. But I tell you, man, I don't have just one thing. I think my favorite is getting Bob Grant involved in the front bumper.
Yeah.
It took me a while. Me and him have become great friends. It's got him. He don't need the publicity.
Right.
But.
And for those that don't know you should know who Bob Grant is.
Yeah.
But he's a hell of a fabricator and a long-time mini trucker.
Right, absolutely.
So,
but I told him, I said, I can do a bumper, but the truck deserves something, a one-off bumper made by you. Right. So I had this, once he showed me what, his ideas, and we went back and forth, 2 or 3 times, changed some things, and but collaborating with him with a bumper, Dapper lighting with a one-off all billet headlights, and then that's my favorite. But then I completely cut huge holes in the camper and put optic
gigantic
armor.
Holes,
optic
you
armor.
Sent me the pictures.
Polycarbonate race glass.
I was a little nervous about that one. I was like, okay, I see where you're going.
So when I put optic armor, polycarbonate race glass in there, there's been 10 times more people say, hey man, I love that front end, but that fucking shell, it's shit. And Shannon Bullis has been a buddy of mine since '92. Greatest guy. He'll do anything for you. He told me, he says, he come up to me today. He says, my views on that shell, my past views. I said, yeah. He says, when you done that window, he says, that is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that right there meant a lot to me.
I seen the finished product and I was like, okay. Yeah, I knew where you were headed with it for sure, but I was like, man, that's gonna be a rough one.
But there again,
the truck, that camper shell was finished.
Yeah.
And you cut a big ass hole in it.
Oh yeah, and I completely redone the outside of it, molded everything in. And there again, ISCA, you had to have your fit and finish, your body lines, everything has to be dead nuts,
Yeah.
Top of the seal of that window and the rain gutter. You can put a straight edge on it. It's perfect.
Yeah, and so that's what draws me to cookies and some of the cars that compete at that level. And that's why I've always tried to make the stuff I do emulate what you guys are doing with that, because yeah, okay, you can put lipstick on a pig and shine it up and put it on a show field, but when you get down to the nitty gritty and you're looking inside the fender wells and it's completely shiny and straight, and you're looking down at, you know, underneath there, and all the bolts are polished and the painted, and there's no rust anywhere around anything or any, you know, the typical deal. That's where it really steps it up. And also to touch on another point, that's also why the man does not drive the truck, because that's another one I know people say, well, you don't ever drive it. Well, there's a reason for that. Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, you can completely ruin that truck. I mean, for what we do with
one drive,
you could, just like we was talking about today when you was kidding about, you know, me going out there and cruising it. From the time we got off,
I give him hell all the time about that.
For me, the time we get off that paved pad to go, what, 200 feet to the gate, that truck would have been ruined.
Because all it takes is a rock kicking up, the dust getting up in places you can't reach, you know, and then it's there forever. So, as far as trucks that are in the scene, you can even go into past trucks. What would you say is your top 5 mini trucks, since we're in that world?
Top 5 mini trucks.
Based on their fit, finish.
Oh, Lord.
Based on the truck solely, not the person that owns it.
That's a hard one. I don't know.
It's pretty tough.
I mean, in past, you know, going back my lowrider days, pure insanity. I mean, that's, you know,
absolutely.
And, you know, I mean, you know, looks to kill, you know, Time Machine.
Time Machine is,
you know, I mean, dude. It's, and, you know, even going down to Tom Jenkins, Far From Losing.
Far From Losing. I mean, a hell of a truck.
I mean, you know,
especially for the time period it was built in. That was totally different.
You know, so, I mean, there's just so many, man. I just, you know.
There's in that class, there's not as many as, you know, mini trucks out there, but for sure. There's a lot.
Well, I mean, even Zach's truck, you know, I mean, you know, Zach's got a really nice truck.
Zach's got a nice truck. You know, I kid him about that too, because I tell him that's my favorite Mazda. I like both of them. I can't distinguish between the two, because I like body drop stuff. I like for it to sit on the ground if it's a mini truck, so I give you hell about body dropping it. But we'll just have to see where that goes. So since we're talking about that, what's the future of Cookies look like? So you don't have to go into specific.
So we're going to do a lot of suspension work.
Okay.
Little fitment work.
Okay.
Some drivetrain work.
Drivetrain, that might get interesting. Put like a big blower motor hanging out the hood.
Not necessarily yet. You know, so we might put some fat meats in the rear. So
you got to have something to spin them over.
She might be a hand length, you know, with a dish on the outside in the rear. So
lay the babies in there, take pictures.
That's right. Big lip billets. So
body drop.
Since I don't have billets, people
body
say.
drops. Body drop. But so trying to think, things that are my favorite on the truck, I guess, is the bumper. When you redid the front by the Grant bumper, for sure,
game changer.
Just the fit and finish in the inside of the fender wells it's killer. Like, and then the inside of the bed itself with the camper shell, that is a very forgotten place on most mini trucks. Especially with the camper shell, and up around the inside of it is usually not fancy per se. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to for helping you along the way? Obviously, your tour manager, Gracie.
My tour manager, my daughter, Gracie.
And then he has a backup tour manager as well. She's here this weekend.
Then my youngest, she's starting to come around now, and she's getting into more of the.
That's so cool too that you can take them with you with this journey of this truck and let them enjoy it.
Yes, I've been lucky this year. My mom, she retired back in June of last year, so she's wanted to see the country this year. So she's been able to go to all of them with us, and so I'm fortunate for that. But yeah, man, like, you know, my dad, he helps out a lot. My uncle, I mean, I've had their work, their help in the off season,
right?
You know, because a lot of times I do it by myself. You know, I don't ask for a whole lot of help,
right?
And but no, I mean, like, you know, sponsors, you know, Dallas Auto Interiors, MTI, got my buddy Stitch. He passed away about a year and a half ago. He done the headliner, done all the bunch of high end builds, and you know, we got Willwood and Autometer, Dapper Lighting, Bob Grant. I mean, and
the list goes on.
The list goes on. I mean, it's you know,
the guy that keeps supplying you with Power Stroke motors for your
oh god, yeah.
This man puts a lot of miles on a tow pig. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Lots of miles.
Yeah, so yeah, we had to go to a different resort on that one. So.
Yeah. But okay, so I got one final question, and we'll end it, and you'll be off the hook. And this is the good question.
Oh Lord!
If you've got a pudding cup out in public and you're hungry and you got to eat it, it can be banana pudding, whatever, and you ain't got a spoon, how are you eating it?
I'm gonna dip that shit out with my fingers.
Fingers? You're going with the fingers, not the tongue?
I'm going with the fingers.
Okay. All right. That's the hill you're going to die on. It is what it is. You heard it, folks. But I really appreciate you sitting down. Dude, you're one of the guys that I like to bounce ideas off. We bounce ideas off each other. We like to cut up and have fun with it. And it was cool to get to sit down with you and talk to you in this scenery and just cut up and hear about the story of the truck and everything.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Appreciate your time. And all I can say is stay grounded.
That was a good weekend.
That was a solid weekend, wasn't it?
It was. Did you see the elk when we pulled back in? Man, that was
two gigantic elk standing in the road when we came back from dinner this evening to the cabin. Crazy. This show, you never know what you're going to get. I tell you, every year it just gets bigger and better.
Just the rides,
good time.
The rides are better. The cruising's better.
Amen.
However, Mother Nature
she
flipped the switch.
She said it was time to go after Saturday.
Yeah,
Friday and Saturday were great weather, and then Sunday hit and.
It was 30.
It got cold.
It was like 38 degrees.
But hey, we're in the mountains, so
yeah.
I'm not complaining at all. We had a great weekend. Just thinking back on it, some of the highlights of the weekend were, for us at least, I know for me, getting to catch up with old friends, getting to see some new debuts, pretty awesome ones. Also catching up with seeing some rides that I haven't seen in years. I mean, decades actually. Time Machine. Fester had that out. He was actually driving it.
He was. Cool. That was really cool. I don't think I've seen that truck since 2000 or 2001 when Mininats was in Pigeon Forge.
It's been at least that long for sure. Yep. We're getting old.
We are.
We found that out. Oh, we knew that. We got to, speaking of him cruising Time Machine, I got to cruise my 95 S10 crew cab dually known as the Dually. We had one minor hiccup along the way.
Just a little one.
A little Gorilla tape.
That's right.
We were good to go. It wouldn't be mini trucking if we didn't use zip ties or tape of some sort.
That's right.
But we cruised all night, had a blast.
I got to cruise my 2005 Nissan Frontier. Body drop. Man, it's so much fun. The looks you get in something that's completely off the wall different.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the Dually to the Frontier, because there's not really many Frontiers, and there's only one Dually.
Right.
So there are
and getting Cooper Medlin from Sliding After Dark podcast or Sliding Supply Company, both of those are him. Right. He's a young kid coming up in the mini trucking scene, and to get to see him, he got to ride around with us in the Dually last night. This grin on his face was priceless, and seeing us cutting up too.
Oh yeah,
I think he was a little surprised.
Man, we had that radio. We had it blaring, singing songs.
We had it on the MTV TRL playlist, so it was playing like early 2000s Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and we were having a great time with the crowd with it. But You'll see both of those vehicles on upcoming episodes. We will be working on them. We've got a ton of work to do, Stephen. A ton of work. But we always do.
Right. But I believe the bar has been set a little higher.
It has, but that's all we're going to say about that. One of the other highlights of the weekend, at least for me, and I know you had said something about it too, was if you were in the Valley at Mininats this weekend, you probably saw these packs of trading cards floating around, or heard DJ Mays talking about them over the loudspeaker. It's a good friend of ours, Jeremy Woodard, has just started this company. It's basically, or it isn't just basically, it is genuine trading cards, like baseball cards from when we were kids, but these have nothing but show vehicles and project vehicles and just gearhead stuff in general.
Oh yeah,
the dude is loaded with good ideas to move this forward. He's invested money right off the rip to make it good.
Yes, and these cards are spot on.
They're spot on, absolutely. They are like the same thickness as real baseball cards, like the tops back in the day.
Oh yeah.
We haven't convinced him to put bubble gum in the packs yet.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
I think we can work on that. But he's got the protector sleeves and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's doing like 1-of-1 chase cards, or
yeah,
I know he said something
one for each show too.
Yeah, he's doing one per like for say Minitruck Nats. He's did one for that. He did one for Southern.
Yep.
I think he's doing one for Battling Bama.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we talked about that. The coolest part about it is having the kids come up to you, like when we were kids, getting our
absolutely.
favorite heroes or baseball players' autographs. People were coming up to me because the Dule was on one of the cards in the pack.
Yep.
In the first series, and people were coming up to me and stopping me and having me autograph them. They already had Sharpies ready and everything. Stopped us while we were cruising.
They did. Ran across traffic.
Yes. I don't recommend that part.
No.
But just to see the look on their face, it made me feel good.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So the first one that you did, it was a little boy. He's probably 7, 8, maybe 9. Yeah. He was like, Mr. David, will you sign my card? Just super excited. And that just,
brings a new generation, the young generation. We got to get them involved now.
Oh, absolutely.
In the gearhead lifestyle. So this is a good way to do it. We aren't sponsored by Cars on Cards. We just genuinely believe in the idea that he's got and the company he's building. So we wanted you to know about it. They are $10 a pack. We will put the link to his website in the description. You can go on that website and submit your own ride to be on a card in the next series coming up in, what do you say?
I think you said June 1st.
I got you. So you can be on a card. You don't have to have the craziest, vehicle to be on one. There's some cars in here that have primer on them, but they're just cool. They've got the information about the owner and the vehicle on the back. Just a really cool idea, and shout out to him for doing that. Also,
we got to catch up with John over at DropEm.
John BB. I always love hanging out with John. Old friend of mine. Amazing person, and also another person that has a great business that supports the scene, has for a long time. I mean, 94 was when he started.
That's right.
And I've known him since the early 2000s. We've had a lot of good times, a lot of laughs. His company is dropemware.com or dropemware. And go to his website. You can order all the gear, much like this Dule shirt. That's my truck right there on the back of the shirt. I'm very proud of it. But he has all different kind of vehicles, all different kind of designs, different sayings. So go support him. And anything else? Jessica, Low Key Media, right there on your hat.
Yes, sir. Low Key Media.
Jessica Howell. She is a club member with us. One of our dear friends. She is gotten picked to be one of the photographers for Minitruck Magazine, the reboot. Really excited to see how that goes, and just seeing her develop as a photographer.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
She was doing a heck of a shoot right here at our cabin.
Absolutely, she was.
That one was pretty cool.
That was pretty exciting to see.
We kind of crashed that party.
We did crash that party. We're pretty good at that. We're pretty good at that. But so yeah, follow her on Instagram, all the socials. Yep. She's Low-Key Media.
Yeah, golly.
Wow. Are we already that deep in it, eh?
We are, man. It's been a heck of a weekend.
It's been a heck of a weekend.
But she's on TikTok, she's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
We are also on the social medias.
We are.
I am at Chevy_Culpepper on Instagram and TikTok, and David Culpepper on Facebook. Obviously, we are Grounded by Design on YouTube. You are
Stephen Coppinger on Facebook, and I believe also on Instagram, and then it's Limited Access Frontier on TikTok.
Limited Access Frontier. Yep, that was the right one.
Yeah.
So that's about all I've got. We really do genuinely hope that we haven't bored you to death for one thing. It's a lot of information, but man, it was cool. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because we got to sit down and do it firsthand, but sitting down with Eddie was just another highlight of this great weekend.
And it was just one of those.
Catching up with him and Greg all weekend. I mean, that was your best of show and your best car this weekend right there next to us. That blew my mind. Very special weekend for us.
Absolutely.
There is a lot more where this came from. We're going to be in the shop working, so we're going to be doing a little more exciting stuff. We're going to be showing you guys around my personal garage. We're going to be showing you Steven's truck, showing you my wife's vehicles. Yes, my wife is in this as well.
Oh, yes, she is.
Very deeply. And she works on them.
Yes, she does.
So we got the whole family involved. There are many, many people in our club that you guys haven't gotten to meet yet. And I'm excited about that, bringing their story into it. We're just going to bring everybody along for the ride as well as you. But right now, we got to get out of here. We got to get some sleep.
Unfortunately.
Got to go home tomorrow. Man, that sucks.
I mean, that means work.
Yeah, it does.
God.
Anyway, until then, stay grounded.